Good evening and welcome to the following broadcast of Cedarburg High School Athletics live on Spreaker.com. I am Baxter Colburn. Tonight the girls basketball team opens their North Shore Conference schedule against the Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes. We have an exciting matchup for you tonight. The Blue Dukes come in with a 1-0 conference record, while the Bulldogs look to start off their 2016-2017 campaign with a victory. The big question surrounding tonight's game, and frankly the entire season, how will Coach Dave Ross and company cope without playmaker Allie Barber? For those that know, Barber led the team with 18 points per game in 2015 and used her 6'5" frame to dominate opponents during her 4 years at Cedarburg High School. It's a new season, most of the gang is back in town, and the Bulldogs are looking for another North Shore Conference Championship. Join me as I call all the action live tonight from Cedarburg High School. Good evening once again and welcome back to Cedarburg High School. I am Baxter Colburn. A very happy December 2nd to you. It's a little bit chilly out there, huh? It's finally feeling like winter. None of this 45 or 65 degrees and sunny kind of weather, but it's a great atmosphere inside the Cedarburg Athletic Complex tonight as the Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes have come to town. Short drive, of course, here in the southeastern Wisconsin area to visit conference rival, the Cedarburg Bulldogs. Last season, the Cedarburg Bulldogs finished 11-3 in the North Shore Conference, good for a second-place finish, only behind rival Germantown, who finished 12-2. They did win the conference after defeating Grafton in the conference tournament, and then they would go on to the sectionals, only to lose to Beaver Dam 55-52. All of that, though, some might say was a rebuilding year last year. This season, however, there is certainly a very interesting feel about the Bulldogs as a whole. There is no Allie Barber, as we mentioned. We've seen players come and go, of course, but when you lose a caliber player of what Allie Barber was capable of doing on and off the court, you really have to find yourself. And we have the opportunity to speak with Dave Ross as well. We'll hear from him in just a little bit in the pregame. And we did talk about this. You replace somebody that scores almost 19 points a game for you, 60% from the field goal range, 74% from the free throw line. It's a lot of pressure to put on some of these other players now as they move forward with their careers. However, there's a lot of players tonight that are going to be able to step up. Shannon Block, among others, Allison Jessup, Kennedy Ross, Callie Murphy, among others. There's not as many seniors on this team. Lauren Driscoll, also another senior. You're going to be looking to some of these senior players tonight. They've been here. Kennedy Ross, she is a seasoned veteran. She knows what it's like. Her father, of course, the head coach, Dave Ross. Her sister, Rachel, also was a player on this team for 4 years. So the Ross family is royalty to an extent. You've got, of course, John Diener and all of the excitement that goes along with the boys basketball team and Tom and all the great things that go with them. But when you look at the Cedarburg girls family as a whole, it goes down to Coach Ross and everything he and his girls have been able to do, along with Allie Barber and other fantastic players over the last decade or so. The Bulldogs tonight, though, the starting lineups for them will be revealed, of course, coming up as well. Let's go over to Whitefish Bay for a brief moment. They're 2-1 to start the season. They're 1-0 in conference play. They finished 6-8 last year in the North Shore, 5th overall. They're obviously out to a good start already, playing in some preseason action, and then, of course, getting that conference victory already. Two players that the Blue Dukes lost last year were Emma Jonas. She averaged almost 11 points per game, and Rachel Schmidt, who averaged just over 7 points a game. This season, they're going to have to look to somebody new. They had the returning players like Sam Loida, who has got 5 points a game. Allie Menard also had 5 points a game, but from all accounts, through the first 3 games, the name that continues to stick out for the Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes is number 24, Ellie Clements. 16 points a game she's averaging currently. She's shooting 72% from the field, 66% from the free throw line. you want to talk about a high-quality player that knows how to put the ball in the net. Allie Clement seems to be that gal. She's of course going to be joined by Mia Broward and Grace James, among others. Allie Menard, DeAndre Miller. There are a lot of talented players on this Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes team, and I think it's a good opportunity for the Bulldogs, who are not as big as they used to be. They're a much smaller, quicker team. You're going to hear from Coach Ross, too, about how their tactics have had to change going into 2016, 2017. We're going to take a break. When we do come back, we will hear from the man himself, Dave Ross. And then we'll take another break and give you the starting lineups and all that fun stuff. You are listening to Cedarburg Bulldogs basketball live right here on Spreaker.com. Stay with us. Here on the Cedarburg Bulldogs pregame show, I'm joined now by head coach Dave Ross of the Bulldogs. Coach, an exciting time for you. You get to start your conference play tonight. You open up against Whitefish Bay. You had the opportunity to play in the Brookfield Central Thanksgiving tournament. That's all behind you. Tonight, the real business begins. How you feeling? You excited for another year?
Very excited about this year. We have a lot of returning players. We have to change our game a little bit with the loss of 6'5" Allie Barber. But the girls have been working really hard, and we just got done playing in the Thanksgiving tournament. And even though we were winless, 0-2, the girls showed some promise as we took DC Everest right to the wire, and it was anybody's game. So it showed that we were very competitive. Tonight with playing Whitefish Bay, they were very impressive in their first conference win against Grafton. We were actually able to go to the game and watch them because we had the night off because we'll be playing Homestead another time. Watching Bay, we knew that going into this year that there were several teams in the conference that were going to be right in the thick of things. And along with Whitefish Bay, I thought Port Washington, both teams have a lot of returning players, and their coaches have been in for a few years now, and they're following the script that their coaches have designed, and you can see it's all kind of working together now. They're a strong team. So tonight's going to be an interesting test for us. We're excited, again, starting another season, and again, we have all our players back and a few more, except for we had to change our style because of losing Allie.
How are you going to replace Allie this season?
Well, she's just a completely different type of player, so we have to play like everyone else now. A number of coaches, have brought that up to me, like, what are you going to do now without having a 6'5" player? Well, again, it goes back to the basics, and you still have to screen and roll and find open spots, and you got to play hard within your own system. So our girls have been around, so they will do those things or they won't play.
We've seen the emergence of Callie Murphy the last 2 seasons, a very electrifying player when she's on the court. How have you seen her develop in the offseason in the first 2 games of the tournament, I guess?
Well, Callie's a very physical player, so she's an extremely hard matchup for opposing teams because she has point guard skills, and yet she's so physically strong that she, at times might be the strongest physically player on the court. So she's a tough matchup. Callie's got to continue to expand her game in a number of areas, and she's working on those things. And when she gets those things, down, again, you almost can't cover her.
That is true, yeah. Talk to me briefly here before we let you go, Coach, about the play of Morgan Wallace and of course, your daughter, Kennedy Ross, as well, too. We know both of those gals like to spread the floor. They can shoot from distance, especially Kennedy. What are you expecting from them this season, and especially in tonight's game as well?
Well, again, they bring that senior leadership. We can start with Morgan. Morgan has come back from an ACL tear from last year that happened in softball. She has worked very, very hard in the offseason to get to a point where, you don't even notice it, that she's, had that injury. And so again, having Morgan on the floor, she was one of our starters last year, really helps us in a number of areas. As far as Kennedy, she's a 4-year varsity player. She even started, I believe, about half her games, as a freshman, and everyone knows that, she can hit from the outside. In the last 2 years, she's really worked hard at taking the ball to the basket. And I think that some people are going to be surprised at some of the things that she can do, but some of those things are difficult to do when our offense was designed so much around Allie on the inside that we had to keep Kennedy and Morgan, those type of players, on the outside because we needed to have the spacing. So it was a win-win situation when you have a 6'5" person. We can spread the floor with our shooters on the outside, but now they have learned that they have to attack the basket. So it brings a different type of basketball style, in for us.
Awesome. Well, Coach, we wish you good luck tonight. We hope to see a lot of success on the season.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Cedarburg High School. Home opener tonight between the Bulldogs and the Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes. I'm Baxter Colburn. Thanks so much for joining us here live on Spreaker.com. Just a reminder, if you want to interact with the broadcast tonight, let us know your thoughts, where you're listening, player of the game votes, etc. You can go to Twitter. You can tweet at myself at Baxter Colburn, BAXTERCOLBURN, and of course use the hashtag PrideCHS as well to show your pride for your Bulldogs. Tonight's starting lineups for you. First for the visiting Blue Dukes, number 12, Allie Menard, number 22, Josie Helf, number 24, Allie Clements, number 32, Mia Brower, and number 35, Grace James. The Blue Dukes are under the direction of head coach John Schneider. And now the starting lineup for your Bulldogs under the direction of head coach Dave Ross and Pat Moore. Number 4, Shannon Block. Number 20, Allison Jessup. Number 30, Elena Lamacchia. Number 40, Kennedy Ross. And number 52, Callie Murphy. An exciting opportunity, of course. The Bulldogs looking for their very first win on the season, of course, in the regular season play and in conference play as well. The crowd is continuing to line up. It is almost time for tip-off. The national anthem is about to play as well, so we will step aside in just a moment for that. As we mentioned, though, tonight, we're going to be very curious to see the play of Kennedy Ross. Last season, she showed that she was capable of scoring the three-point basket, but there was a lot of times that she was very inconsistent with her play. She's going to be one player tonight I'm really going to be looking at, and I'm going to be curious to see how Shannon Block does tonight as well, one of the potential heir apparents for Allie Barber. All right, we're going to step aside. When we come back, it will be time for Cedarburg basketball. Stay with us. You're listening to Cedarburg basketball here on Spreaker.com. Welcome back to Cedarburg High School. Cedarburg girls basketball tonight as they get ready to take on the Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes. I am Baxter Colburn, broadcasting live from Cedarburg High School. The North Shore Conference opening game tonight for your Bulldogs. They look to start their conference on a 1-0 record. We will see how that goes as the starters are being introduced to the crowd tonight. A quick reminder, of course, for you of your starters for the Bulldogs. Shannon Block, Allison Jessup, Elena Lamacchia, Kennedy Ross, and Callie Murphy. Coming into tonight's game, Kennedy Ross leads all Bulldogs players with 12 points per game. Callie Murphy right behind her with 9.5. Allison Jessup averages 4. Kendra Murphy averages 5 points a game. We see three different sisters on this team, Bridget, Kendra, and Callie Murphy. So it's kind of funny that the whole Murphy family has kind of taken over the Cedarburg basketball program. It's going to be a great game tonight, honestly. I am excited. The Bulldogs are wearing their all-white jerseys with the orange numbering. And the Blue Dukes are in all blue with white trim, rightfully so, of course. When your name is the Blue Dukes, might as well embrace the coloring, that's for sure. The Blue Dukes will be going from right to left, while your Bulldogs will be going from left to right. Players are out on the court now, getting ready for the opening tip-off. Allison Jessup will be at center court. She will be going against Mia Brower for the opening tip-off. We are underway. Bulldogs get the opening tip-off. Kennedy Ross will take it up the court from left to right across the half-court line, going into the near side elbow. Back outside, finding Morgan Wallace. Wallace in the key to Shannon Block. Takes a shot. It is good! A 2-point basket from Shannon Block to get the game underway. She hadn't scored a basket in the first 2 games of the preseason, and she's already on the board, 2-0. Here come the Blue Dukes right back the other way. 3-point shot is no good from Whitefish Bay out in the corner. Josie Helf Ball going out of bounds, though, so the Blue Dukes will hold on to possession. Inbound pass coming from underneath the Bulldogs basket. Ball kicked out to Mia Brower. Brower trying to thread the needle underneath the Grace James ball. Stripped away. Allison Jessup with the steal. Now Morgan Wallace handling the ball across the half-court line. Calling out the plays. Now Allison Jessup, far left side. Underneath, trying to thread the ball to Callie Murphy. Tipped and out of bounds off of Ellie Clements. It'll be the Bulldogs' ball underneath the Whitefish Bay basket. Good energy from the Bulldogs to get the game underway. 2-0 our score. Shannon Block with the opening basket. Nearly a three-pointer. Her feet were on the three-point line, but she was just inside the three-point arc. Wallace to do the inbound pass. Fires it out, finds Callie Murphy on the near side, right outside three-point area. Now to Allison Jessup, top of the key, on the B of Bulldogs. Looking for her options. Now hands it off to Morgan Wallace. She will drive into the court, now goes back out to Callie Murphy. Flips it out, Allison Jessup, three-pointer, off the rim, no good. Ball stolen back quickly, Kennedy Ross runs to the basket. She misses a shot as well, and Whitefish Bay will collect the ball. 16:43 to go here in the first half. Whitefish Bay looking for an option. Here comes Allie Menard taking a three-point shot, and a two-point shot rather. 2-2 our score. Morgan Wallace across the half-court line. Finds Allison Jessup in a little bit of space. Now to Shannon Block at the free throw line. She drives off the right side. Good play from her, and it's up and in. Shannon Block leading all scorers with 4 to start the first half. Now Whitefish Bay back up the court, looking for a little bit of an answer here. Josie Health in the corner. Ball stripped away for a moment. Back to Whitefish Bay. Now on the left side. Over to Whitmore, to James. Driving the basket is Mia Brower, and a foul is called on the Bulldogs. It'll be on
Cedarburg foul number 14, Morgan Wallace.
Morgan Wallace.
Her first, team foul number 1.
She is checked into the ball game.
Line goes Mia Brower.
Free throw attempt now coming for Mia Brower. First shot is up and good. 4-3 our score in favor of the Bulldogs. A correction for you, for those of you that were paying attention that are saying, hey, Baxter, Elena Lamacchia is not in the game. Well, Coach must have made a change right before based off what he saw in the warm-ups. So Morgan Wallace getting the start. Second free throw attempt is missed, but a foul is called underneath the basket. Correction, they're going to say it's the ball went out of bounds, so the Blue Dukes will hold on to possession underneath the basket of Cedarburg. Inbound pass coming from Huff. She goes to the corner, finds Mia Brower. Brower left side, switches the court. Top of the key now, Allie Menard. Now Grace James back to Menard. Menard, top of the key. She takes the drive. Takes a shot right from the free throw line. Banks it up and in. And it's a 5-4 game in favor of Whitefish Bay. Here's a quick play off the court. Kennedy Ross. She'll line it up from 3. And it's good! Kennedy Ross, a three-pointer. 7-5 our score. 15:25 to go in the first half. Whitefish Bay quickly back the other way, and a foul called. No, they're going to say it's a jump ball. Shannon Block was fighting for the ball. And the Bulldogs will get possession. Allison Jessup to take the inbound pass, finds Morgan Wallace. Wallace, one of the several seniors on the team, finds Shannon Block, who has it skip off her hands, out of bounds. And the Blue Dukes will take over possession. Inbound pass now coming for the Blue Dukes. Allie Menard working her way up the court. She averages 5 points a game. Now on the left side, back to Menard. Menard driving the lane through 3 different players, and she is called for traveling. She had a player wide open on the wing. She neglected Grace James for her own run at the basket and ends up losing possession for the Blue Dukes. Inbound pass now for the Bulldogs. Morgan Wallace switches the side of the court to Allison Jessup. Jessup back to Wallace. Under some heavy pressure. Has a foul called. Not on her, but on Whitefish Bay. That'll be a foul on number 32, Mia Brower. Her first foul on the evening.
First down, Blue.
It'll be an inbound pass now for the Bulldogs. They lead 7-5 with 14:53 to play in the first half. Wallace to Jessup. Back to Wallace in the backcourt. Far side of the court now. Wallace on the double L of Bulldogs. Quick little ball dumped in underneath. Callie Murphy at the basket and lays it in. 9-5 our score with 14:38 to go. Bulldogs lead. Whitefish Bay back up the court they come. Dora Stasiak in the ball game now. She hands it off to Andriachi. Ali Andriachi tries to thread the needle. Morgan Wallace intercepting. Now Wallace driving the lane, switching hands, going up for the layup, missing. And the Blue Dukes have a recovery, and they will go back up the floor. Whitefish Bay whistled for traveling. Lauren Benke, number 23, the guilty party on that one. Wallace will do the inbound pass right in front of the home bench. Finds Ross, now she'll work her way up. Finds Ross again on the near side, in front of the away bench. Over to Wallace, back to Jessup on the far side. Ball tipped away, and the Blue Dukes go back up the court on the far side. Going from right to left. Andriachi dials up a three from distance. No good, has an air ball. And the Bulldogs will get possession back with 13:51 to play in the first half. They lead 9-5. Home opener tonight for the Bulldogs. They look to go 1-0 in conference play. Remember, if you want to interact with the broadcast tonight, you can use the hashtag PrideCHS and tweet at me at Baxter Colburn. Quick restart here for the Bulldogs as a three-point attempt from Kennedy Ross is shot, but no good. But she is called for a foul, not on her, but on Whitefish Bay. So Ross will head to the line. Lauren Benke called for the foul. So the foul was in the act of the three-point shot. Refs are still trying to sort out. They're going to say it's just going to be a ball in there, and it's not going to be a free throw attempt. So Allison Jessup will come right in front of the Whitefish Bay bench to make the inbound pass. She does. She finds Morgan Wallace, top of the key. She threads the needle to Kennedy Ross, who backs up to three-point range on the right side. Wallace back to Ross, near side. Switches the court to Shannon Block. Block takes a three-pointer off the rim, no good. Ball fighting for it underneath his block, and a foul is called on Whitefish Bay. No, they're going to say there's no foul, but the Blue Dukes will maintain possession. A couple of jeers from the crowd. Up the court now comes Whitefish Bay. It's Andriachi with the ball. Top of the key, bad pass. Jessup can't get there in time. Andriachi will recover the bad pass. 9-5 our score. Sam Loida, she takes a shot. No good from her. Second attempt, still no good. Going out of bounds, and the Bulldogs now will get the opportunity to go up the court. Whitefish Bay will make a full line change, subbing 5 players in at a time. Only 2 players on the bench have yet to take off their warm-ups for the Blue Dukes. Almost like a hockey lineup tonight, my goodness. 9-5 our score, 12:56 to go in the first half. Kennedy Ross with it, sends it back to the top of the key to Morgan Wallace. Inside to Shannon Block. She drives between 2 different players, takes a shot, no good. And it will go out of bounds as Callie Murphy tried to get the ball. They're going to say the Bulldogs will get possession, though. A Blue Dukes player had their foot on the baseline. Wallace to inbound underneath the Blue Dukes basket. Quick little ball to Callie Murphy. Now finds Kennedy Ross, top of the key. Back to Allison Jessup. Thought about a three, now doesn't. Goes now, drives the ball underneath. Tries to find Callie Murphy. She misses the layup. Rebound made by Whitefish Bay. They go back up the court quickly. Looking to make a quick counterattack is Josie Helf. She goes with the layup. No good from her. Rebound made by the Bulldogs. And a foul is called. And it will be against number 22, Josie Helf, her first foul.
Her first, team foul 3.
Third overall team foul for the Blue Dukes. Callie Murphy will inbound to Morgan Wallace to get play back underway with 12:19 to play in the first half. Kennedy Ross, far left side. Finds Shannon Block, backs her way down, goes for the layup, no good. Rebound made by Callie Murphy. She gets it back out to Block. Block tries to muscle her way through two different players, loses the basketball, and a foul not called on her, but it will be a possession now over to the Blue Dukes. Moving it up the court now, Allie Menard. Back over to Grace James. James almost lost it on the left side in front of the Bulldogs bench. Now she goes back to Menard, back to James. James underneath the basket to Mia Brower. Brower kicks it out to Health. Health with the shot off the rim, no good. Rebound off the fingertips of the chasing Brower. Substitution now for the Bulldogs.
Number 44,
Abby Belschner, pardon me, will check into the ballgame. She will replace Shannon Block with 11:40 to play here in the first half. Block, the leading scorer so far for the Bulldogs. Wallace now with it. Callie Murphy, top of the key. Allison Jessup, far left side. Back to Morgan Wallace, standing by the U of the Bulldogs. Puts it back underneath the hoop. Wallace, three-point step-back shot off the rim, no good. Foul called against the Bulldogs.
Bulldog foul number 20,
Allison Jessup, the guilty party. We've got a timeout on the floor. We'll step aside as well. It's 9-5 in favor of your Bulldogs. We'll be back right here on Spreaker.com right after this. Welcome back to Cedarburg High School. 9-5 our score. I'm Baxter Colburn, broadcasting live here from Cedarburg High School. The Bulldogs leading 9-5 with 11:19 to play here in the first half. Shannon Block, 4 points so far to lead her team in scoring. Blue Dukes will work their way back up the court. Ball played over to Mia Brower on the left wing. She'll kick it back up top now to Health. Health on the right side. Nice little layoff pass to her teammate. Now the ball played underneath. Going up for the shot is Ellie Clements. She is fouled in the act of shooting. She'll head to the line.
Bulldog foul number 44, Abby Belschner.
Abby Belschner, the guilty party.
13 foul.
Clements will head to the line.
Ellie Clements.
She makes the first one. 9-6 our score with 10:55 to go in the first half. Second shot is good. 9-7 our score. Back up the court now comes Morgan Wallace. Across the halfway line, over to Kennedy Ross in the right corner, who swings it back to the top. Back to Ross. Ross has an open three, takes it. No, off the rim. Ball falls, though, to Callie Murphy. She also misses a shot. Ball free for a moment. And the Blue Dukes are able to recover. Ball rolling out of bounds as it gets away from one of the Whitefish Bay players. Allie Menard has it slip through her hands. The Bulldogs will hold on to possession. They have a 2-point lead at the moment with 10:22 to play in the first half. Wallace surveying her options. She's got Ross to her right. She decides to go to Callie Murphy underneath the basket. Murphy back up top of the key. Threads the needle. Finding Belschner. Belschner swings it out. Now a three-point attempt coming from Kendra Murphy, and her shot is no good. It goes back out to Wallace. Wallace back underneath the Belschner. Belschner laying it up and in, and the foul!
Healthy bucket for Abby Belschner.
A good play and a good overall second effort as well.
First and the 14th foul. The free throw line for one, Abby Belchner.
Abby Belchner will look to complete the three-point play at the line. It's 11-7 at the moment. Belchner, 50% from the free throw line. 0 of 1 tonight. Whitefish Bay quickly back up the court. Ball nearly stolen away. Now Health. Two-point shot, no good for Whitefish Bay. Looked like that was Ellie Clements under the basket. Back the other way. Now Morgan Wallace finds Kennedy Ross. Now it'll go out wide to Kendra Murphy off the left wing. She'll drive the basket. Lay it up and in! Kendra Murphy proving that just because she's Callie's little sister doesn't mean she doesn't know how to score baskets. Good play from her. 13-7. Ball played underneath the basket. Now goes to Jelf. Back out wide now. Gracie James, three-pointer off the rim, no good. 13-7 our score still. Ross gets the rebound. She works her way up the court and earns a foul against Whitefish Bay.
Whitefish Bay foul number 24, Ellie Clements.
Ellie Clements with her first foul of the evening. Inbound pass coming from Kennedy Ross to Morgan Wallace. In the backcourt, Wallace across the halfway line, finds Ross on the near side in front of the Whitefish Bay bench. Back outside to Ross on the near side. Quick little handoff to Wallace. Back to Ross again, top of the key. Back to Wallace. Wallace thought about a three, takes a little jump move, goes to the left side. Now finds Kendra Murphy on the left side. She finds her sister Callie. She backs her way down underneath the hoop. Finds Abby Belchner, a little jump ball from her, no shot. Or shot no good, rather. And the Blue Dukes are able to get the ball back and work their way back up the court. 8:33 to play in the first half. Bulldogs have the lead. Shot coming from Clements, doesn't fall. Blue Dukes will hold on to possession. Clements gets it back off the left side. Threads the needle to Stasiak. Stasiak goes for a shot. She misses as well. Bulldogs recover. Callie Murphy with it racing up the court. She finds Kennedy Ross. Right corner. Three-pointer off the rim. No good. Ball still free. It'll go back all the way to Kendra Murphy. Play clock resets. Now Morgan Wallace has it top of the key. She swings it to the near side to Kennedy Ross, who surveys the defense. Wallace gets the pass. Goes to the right side. Now Callie Murphy. She looks to drive. Kicks it back out. Kennedy Ross. Now Morgan Wallace gets it. Ball tipped away for a moment. Falls to Kendra Murphy. Murphy looks to back her side in the right side of the lane. Ross looking for a possibility. Now goes to Morgan Wallace in the far left corner. Wallace hands it back off to Kendra Murphy. Murphy hands it off to Ross, who switches the court over to Callie Murphy on the near side. Murphy thought about a shot, then thought about a drive, backs out from both. Wallace, near side. She'll take it. Left-handed layup and in! Morgan Wallace threaded the needle between two different players for the basket. 15-7 our score with 7 minutes to play in the first half. Whitefish Bay needs to answer. Ball stripped away. Kennedy Ross, 2-on-1 opportunity. Finds Morgan Wallace. Quick little shot off the rim. No good. Wallace was wide open and she just couldn't put it away. Blue Dukes will call a timeout. They've got some thinking to do. They trail 15-7 with 6:50 to go. We'll take a break as well. You're listening to Cedarburg Bulldogs Athletics here live on Spreaker.com. Stay with us. Welcome back to Cedarburg High School. 15-7 your score in favor of your Bulldogs as they lead the Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes with 6:50 to play in the first half. I am Baxter Colburn. Thanks so much for being with me tonight. North Shore Conference opening match for your Bulldogs. Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes will get the ball after the timeout. They've already used 2 in the first half. Ball played underneath to Elise Whitmoyer. She averages 6 points per game. Whitmoyer, left side of the free throw line. She sends it back out wide now to Ellie Clements. Clements finds Stasiak under the basket, and she got it. 15-9 our score. Cedarburg still on top. Morgan Wallace up the court, coming to the near side to Kennedy Ross. Ross has already hit a three-pointer tonight. Now switching the play to Kendra Murphy on the left side. Murphy tries to drive the lane, has the ball fly out of her hands, but it last touched a Blue Dukes player, and the Bulldogs will hold on to possession. Morgan Wallace calling out the play underneath the basket, looking for the inbound pass. She finds Abby Belschner, who finds Kennedy Ross on the far side of the court. Kendra Murphy, back to Ross. The senior on the far side. Morgan Wallace, open three, no good off the glass. Ball nearly recovered by Belschner. Substitution now taking place. Shannon Block will check in. She will replace Callie Murphy. Shannon Block getting the first 4 points of the ball game for the Bulldogs. Be good to see her back in the ball game. 5:50 to play before halftime. 15-9 our score in favor of Cedarburg. Whitefish Bay, they need to come up with some answers if they want to compete in this game. Sam Loida on the far side of the court has her pass knocked away out of bounds by Kendra Murphy. But the Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes will hold on to possession. They will now make a massive 4-person substitution as they look to hold on to possession. Josie Helf will do the inbound pass. Ball stripped away after a bad inbound pass. Shannon Block gets the ball back as the Bulldogs move quickly up the court. Here comes a three-point attempt from Ross. No good on the right side. Foul called on the court. Did not get an opportunity to see who the foul was on. I don't believe it was actually a foul. Good pass now into Belschner for the Bulldogs as they maintain possession underneath the basket. Now Ross, right side, drives the lane, free throw line, kicks it back out. Kendra Murphy for 3 off the backboard, no good. 15-9 remains our score with 5:05 to play in the first half. 2-point shot off the far side of the court. Comes from Menard. She misses off the rim. Rebound made by the Bulldogs. Morgan Wallace flying up the court with a purpose. Shannon Block wide open under the basket. She scores. 17-9 our score. 4:45 to play here in the first half. Far side of the court now, Josie Helf. Top of the key. For the Blue Dukes now comes Mia Brower. Brower drives the basket, rattles it in, and good for Whitefish Bay. It's a 6-point game. 11 points for Whitefish Bay, 17 for your Bulldogs. Morgan Wallace, the floor general, commanding her troops. Across the halfway line, ball intercepted. 2-on-1 opportunity for the Blue Dukes. Racing in for the layup is Clements. She scores. 17-13 our score, 4:06 to play. Wallace, threading the needle, finds Belschner, has it stripped away under the basket, and the Blue Dukes will move back up the court. Josie Helf playing some good defense to strip that ball away. Grace James, far side of the court. Now a little jump shot coming from Allie Menard. She misses her shot. Struggle for the ball in the court, and finally a jump ball is called. Substitutions now for the Bulldogs. Allison Jessup and Callie Murphy will come in. They will take out Kendra Murphy and Abby Belschner. Belschner playing fairly well. She's a sophomore, 6'1", playing the post position. Whitefish Bay off the inbound pass. Nice little diving move there for the Blue Dukes is Ellie Clements, and she knocks it in. We've got a 4-point game with 3:35 to play in the first half, 17-13. 17-15 correction. I was correct. The scoreboard was a little behind my call, I guess. Bulldogs with it offensively now. They work from left to right. Kennedy Ross on the near side of the court, rather. And a timeout is called on the court by the Bulldogs. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. 15-17 our score with 3:14 to play at the moment. Taking a look at it so far, Shannon Block leads all Bulldogs scorers with 6 total points. Kennedy Ross, she's got a 3-pointer to her name. Callie Murphy, 2 points. Morgan Wallace, 2 points. Abby Belschner, 2. And Kendra Murphy has 2 points as well. Shannon Block, 3 for 4 so far on the night. She's had herself a good little flashbang of an evening. A couple of points here, a couple of points there. A rebound here, an assist there. You want to look at somebody to potentially replace Allie Barber. Shannon Block might be that gal. 3:14 to play. The Bulldogs will get the inbound pass underneath the Whitefish Bay hoop after the timeout. Wallace with it, has the ball fly off a Blue Dukes foot, and the Bulldogs will hold on to possession. Wallace, left side of the basket, inbounds to Block. Block through 3 different people, misses the shot. Rebound made by the Blue Dukes. They work their way back up the court. Sam Loida, she'll command the offense, finds Josie Health. Health back to the top of the key to Grace James. 3-point attempt from Sam Loida in the far corner is no good. Morgan Wallace on the rebound. She works her way back up, kicks it out. Shannon Block, 2-point attempt left side, good! Just inside the 3-point arc, Shannon Block adds to her total. 19-15 is our score. Cedarburg leads. Back the other way quickly. 3-point attempt off the rim. No good for Whitefish Bay coming from Grace James. Kennedy Ross gets the rebound and then has a foul called on Whitefish Bay.
Whitefish Bay foul number 12, Allie Menard. Her first and the 16th foul.
Allie Menard, the guilty party.
Up to number 24, Ellie Clements.
Ellie Clements will check back into the ballgame now for the Blue Dukes. Up the court now, going from left to right, is Morgan Wallace. Across the halfway line, finds Kennedy Ross on the near side in front of the Blue Dukes bench. Wallace battling with Health. Finds Shannon Block. She takes a pull-up jumper off the rim, no good. Rebound made by Ross, and a foul is called. Allie Menard is going to check into the ballgame. Wallace will inbound underneath the basket now for the Bulldogs. Ball inbounded to Callie Murphy. She works her way around. One player misses the shot. And a rebound. And then gets her own rebound and makes the basket. 21-15. She missed the first shot, weaved her way through 2 different Blue Dukes players to get the ball back. Got a rebound and made the shot on the left side. Murphy now with a steal. Up the near side, driving the lane, kicks it out wide. Kennedy Ross, deep 3-pointer off the target, no good. She will find Murphy, who will score. Callie Murphy adding to her total, 23-15 with minute 37 rather to play in the first half. Blue Dukes looking for an option. Sam Loida having it on the near side in the left corner. Over to Ellie Clements. She kicks it out. Grace James, 3-pointer is good. And it's 23-18 with minute 20 to go. Ball stolen at the mid-court. Clements driving the lane. Good little hesitation from her. And she's got a basket. It's a 3-point game with minute 09 to play. 23-20 our score. Allison Jessup has the ball on the left side. Threads the needle. Intercepted. Whitefish Bay back the other way again. Rolling in. Foul called. Sam Loida. Bulldogs committing the foul. Loida will go to the line. Foul is on number 14, Morgan Wallace. That's her second foul. So Sam Loida will go to the line. Kendra Murphy looking to be checking into the ball game shortly for Wallace. Loida makes her free throw attempt, her first one.
Number 32, Kendra Murphy for Whitefish Bay.
23-21 our score. Kendra Murphy's already had herself a decent evening, scored a couple of baskets, gotten involved in the action. Second free throw attempt coming for you from Sam Loida. She's been 100% at the line so far, and of course she misses that one, the curse of the commentator. Jump ball underneath the basket as several players were fighting for it. Elise Whitmore was there, but the possession arrow favors the Bulldogs. They will get the ball back. They lead 23-21 with 51 seconds to play here in the first half. Reminder, if you want to interact with the broadcast, use the hashtag PrideCHS or tweet at Baxter Colburn. Vote for your player of the game and let me know your thoughts as well about things taking place. Bulldogs now with the offense. Up the court, Callie Murphy finds her sister Kendra. She misses the shot. On a quick little layup, Bulldogs will reset. Ross, top of the key, finds Block. Block driving the right side, kicks it out. Kendra Murphy taking a three-pointer. Off the backboard, no good. Rebound made by Block as it ricocheted through a couple of different players. Bulldogs will hold on. Ross driving the lane, finds Callie Murphy. She can't make it. She misses the first, then she misses a second, and Whitefish Bay finally gets the ball back. 6 seconds to go. Whitefish Bay, can they tie it before the halftime break? 2 seconds, ball is loose on the floor. Ross falls on it, and that will do it for the first half. Your score after the first half, Cedarburg 23 and Whitefish Bay 21. We will take a break. We'll come back. We'll give you the full first half stats as you are listening to Cedarburg Bulldogs basketball live on Spreaker.com. Back here at Cedarburg High School, Cedarburg Bulldogs 23, Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes 21. I am Baxter Colburn. Thanks so much for joining us for the broadcast this evening. It is halftime, and it has been an entertaining first half to say the least. The Bulldogs definitely utilizing their speed to their advantage. A lot of mistakes, of course, though, taking place across the first half for both sides, though. Shannon Block is your leading scorer in the first half. It's been a very good first half from her. It's a little bit of flash and bang, as we mentioned. She's been here, she's been there, she's popped up, she's scored a couple of baskets, and she's been really doing well so far. It's been great to see what all she's been capable of doing. Your full first half stats for your Bulldogs. Block, as we mentioned, leading with 8 total points. She's 4 of 7 on the evening. Callie Murphy, 6 points. She's 3 of 9. Kennedy Ross, 1 of 7 on the evening, but she has taken that 1 3-pointer. She's 1 for 6 from 3-point range. Morgan Wallace, she's got 2 points on the evening. Abby Belshner, 2 points. And Kendra Murphy also having 2 points. Allison Jessup has not registered any baskets while being on the floor. So what have we learned from this first half? So what we've seen thus far is the obvious miss of Allie Barber. I know we don't want to try to beat this dead horse to the absolute oblivion. However, when you do lose a player that is 6'5" and averaging almost 19 points a game, it does something to a team. That's no question about that. However, we have been able to see this Cedarburg team rally behind players like Shannon Block, who has been able to showcase the fact that she's capable of scoring points, that she can be that heir apparent, as it were. She is a senior this year, so obviously you only get her for one season, but at the same time, Block has looked really good for a majority of the time she's been on the court. She's not the fastest player on the court, but when she gets the ball, she picks her head up. She's got good floor awareness. She's able to survey the defense. She's able to pick out her passes. She's made some good passes that have ended up leading to a second pass that ended up leading to a basket. And she has done virtually everything that you can do properly in this first half. As we mentioned, she leads all scorers with 8 total points. Cedarburg leads 23-21 here at the halftime break. They are looking to start off their 2016 North Shore Conference campaign undefeated. Whitefish Bay, they're already undefeated in conference play. They're 1-0. They beat Grafton last week, which is a bit of a surprise, including how well Grafton played last season, making it all the way to the conference championship, where Cedarburg ultimately ended up defeating them. So it was a little surprising in that regards. Either way, it's been a very entertaining first half. We're going to step aside for another break. When we come back, we'll have the second half action for you. You're listening to Cedarburg Bulldog Athletics live on Spreaker.com. Welcome back to Cedarburg High School. The second half just about to tip off. I am Baxter Colburn. Thanks for joining us tonight. Cedarburg leading Whitefish Bay 23-21 at the halftime interval. Shannon Block, as we mentioned, the player of the first half. 8 total points to lead all scorers. And a very good performance from her overall. We look to see what she is capable of bringing to the floor in the second half. Same starting lineup for you. It is Jessup, Ross, Block, Wallace, and Callie Murphy to start the second half for your Bulldogs. Another 18 minutes on the clock. And then we will find out just how Cedarburg's first conference game of 2016 will end. Whitefish Bay will inbound. They will start going left to right to get the second half underway. Deanna Miller will be with the ball. She makes her first pass, has it intercepted by Callie Murphy. Kennedy Ross, left side, goes for the layup, has it blocked away. Now it'll be kicked back out to Shannon Block. Block to Wallace. Wallace driving the lane. Nice little move from her. Misses it. Rebound made by Whitefish Bay. Back the other way for Whitefish Bay. And a basket is good by Allie Menard. (17-14) to play. Ball laid up. Block is there. Wood play from her off the right side. 25-23 our score as Whitefish Bay moves up the court now from left to right. Menard. Off to Health. Back to Menard, top of the key. Gets by Ross. Goes underneath the baseline. Ellie Clements. She tries to go for a layup. Has the ball. Oh, she'll be called for traveling. Bulldogs will get possession. Wallace with the inbound pass now going to Murphy. Murphy hands it back to Wallace, who goes now up the court from right to left. Deep flying pass. Finds Block under the basket. Shot no good, but a foul called. And Block will go to the line. Foul will be on number 10, Deanna Miller. Her first foul. Block will go to the line, looking to get into the double digits. I believe she already is. She'll look to add to that total. Team leading scorer on the evening. First shot is good from Shannon Block. Substitution for the Blue Dukes. Grace James will check in. Deanna Miller will check out. Block looking to go 2 for 2 at the line. And she misses the second one. Rebound made, though, by the Bulldogs. Opportunity now for Jessup. Top of the key, sends it near side to Wallace. Wallace swings it to the far side to Ross. Ross in the far right corner. Drives, backs off. Jessup goes, backs off. Shannon Block, three-pointer, off the rim, no good. Foul called underneath the basket. Someone's going to the line. Foul was going to be on number 22, Josie Health. Her second foul. And Callie Murphy will step to the line. She makes the first one. 27-23 our score with 16:27 to play in the ballgame. Whitefish Bay making a full 5-player lineup change, as they've done several times this evening. Murphy looking to go for 100% at the line, this time up. Shot is in the air, and good. 28-23 our score with 16:25 to go. Pressure by the Bulldogs under the basket, and a jump ball is called. Whitefish Bay will hold on to possession. Good double team there from Wallace and Jessup. Cedarburg, what they potentially don't have in size, they make up for in athleticism, which has been a huge component to their 5-point lead so far. Andriachi, far left side for Whitefish Bay. Top of the key, finds Whitmoyer. Whitmoyer over to Sam Loida. She backs off, right in the middle of the court. Now goes to the right side in front of her home bench, in front of the away bench. It'll go back up to the top to Andriachi. Left side of the key. She tries to drive, loses the ball momentarily, gets it back, finds Lauren Benke. Benke tries to go for a shot and is called for traveling. Cedarburg gets the ball back. They will go from right to left. 15:46 to play. Kennedy Ross now having the ball. Little bounce pass back to Morgan Wallace. Wallace slings it in front of the scorer's table to Ross. Callie Murphy threading the needle. Allison Jessup, layup, good! Murphy sucked them all in, and then it was Jessup wide open on top of the key who was able to catch the layup. Now a ball quickly stolen away. Wallace having the opportunity. Now Block lines it up from three. It's good! Shannon Block putting on a clinic tonight. Bulldogs lead by 10. 33-23. 15:06 to go in the ballgame. And a timeout is... No. Pardon me, I thought there was a timeout, but there's a substitution taking place. Whitefish Bay making the needed substitutions. Ball went out of bounds. That was the call. Pardon me. Allison Jessup sending in the inbound pass to Morgan Wallace, who comes across the halfway line from right to left, standing right on the teeth of the Bulldog. Threads the needle. Block right side of the lane. She backs her way and loses the ball momentarily. Kicks it back out wide to the far side. Finds Jessup. Jessup finds Callie Murphy. Now back to Morgan Wallace. Top of the key, goes left side. Ross thought about a three, pulled it back. Now Murphy near side. Out inside the three-point arc, goes to Ross now. Ross top of the key. Far side over to Wallace. Now Jessup. Jessup thought about a three in the far corner, doesn't. Now Wallace lines up a three from distance. Yes, sir! Morgan Wallace, 23-36 in favor of your Bulldogs. Wallace hasn't shot a lot tonight, but when she has, she's made it count. Stoppage on the court. Foul is on Kennedy Ross. Looks like a full ball foul. Shannon Block is going to come out of the game. Abby Belschner coming into the ball game. Block holding her left hand in an awkward position. I'm not sure if she stubbed a finger or what she did, or if she got a cut. She's getting her hand looked at. We'll keep you updated on that situation. Timeout on the floor. We'll step aside for a moment. 36-23, Cedarburg leads. Here at Cedarburg High School, your Bulldogs lead 36-23 with 14:12 to play in the second half. I am Baxter Colburn. Welcome back inside the broadcast booth. It's been a fantastic game so far. Shannon Block, the name on viewers' lips tonight. She's been scoring left and right tonight. She did leave the game briefly for a finger injury. We'll keep an eye on her status and get back to you. Whitefish Bay currently trying to get something going. They have the ball stripped away. Callie Murphy, she sees an opportunity to get up the court, and she does. She finds Belschner, now finds Ross. Ross, near left corner. Back up top to Jessup. Now Ross, little bounce pass, Jessup, Murphy, and good! Callie Murphy continuing to take over the game. Good run of play from the Bulldogs. They lead 38-23, 13:20 to play. Whitefish Bay, top of the key. Allie Menard kicks it out. Health, two-point shot, no good. Now out wide. Another shot, this time from Menard. She misses as well. Ball still free. Blue Dukes get their own rebound, and a foul is called on the Bulldogs. Foul is on number 14, Morgan Wallace. That's her third foul on the evening. Kendra Murphy is going to check into the ballgame. She will replace Morgan Wallace. Getting 3 fouls, nothing you really want to be happy about, that's for sure. And you can see the slight disappointment on Coach Ross's face. Shot now coming from the corner, rattles off the backboard, and the rim is Josie Health. And another missed basket for the Blue Dukes. Ball will go out of bounds off a Bulldogs player. Blue Dukes will hold on to possession. 38-23, Cedarburg leads. 12:58 to play in the ballgame. Inbound pass goes to Mia Brower. She tries to back her way down. Now she'll kick it back out. Ellie Clements. Now Health. Back to Clements. This time Mia Brower's there. Near side, top of the key, now switch to the far left side. Allie Menard drives the lane at the free throw line. Takes a nice little shot, and it goes in. 38-25 our score with 12:33 to play. Callie Murphy governing the floor in Morgan Wallace's absence. Swings it to the far left side, to the near left side rather, to Ross. Now it'll go out wide to the far side to Jessup. Kendra Murphy, top of the key, drives left side, finds Ross. Ross backs her way in. Ball stripped away. Whitefish Bay gets the ball back after Ross was a little sloppy with her pass. Coming up the court now quickly is Whitefish Bay, driving on the right side. Good little play to Health. She goes for the layup, misses. Second effort, no good. Foul called. Foul is on Kendra Murphy.
Kendra Murphy, her first. And the third team foul, Josie Health at the line.
First team foul for her. Health at the line. Misses her first one. We're going to see a substitution as Kennedy Ross will come out of the ball game. Lauren Driscoll will make her first appearance of the evening. Coach Ross will have a conversation with his daughter. Second basket is up and good. 38-26 our score. Cedarburg with the lead. Callie Murphy with the ball across the mid-court line. Finds her sister Kendra. She's at the top of the three-point arc. She hands it out to Jessup. Jessup tries to go to Driscoll. Bad pass behind Driscoll. Whitefish Bay gets the ball. Now they come on a counterattack. 2-on-3 opportunity. Going for the layup. Ball stripped away. And Cedarburg gets the ball back. No foul called. Callie Murphy, nice behind the back play. Driving the right side. Going coast to coast. No! Misses the shot. That would have been something had she been able to convert. Whitefish Bay will slow things down. They trail 38-26 with 11:40 to play. Here comes a shot from the near corner. No good, coming from Ellie Clements. Second follow-up from Clements. She misses again. Score stays with a 12-point lead in favor of the Bulldogs. Shannon Block getting ready to check back into the ball game. Whatever ailment was causing problems looks to be resolved. Kennedy Ross will be standing on the line as well to come in shortly. Meanwhile, the Bulldogs have the ball on the offensive side. Jessup goes for the layup, has her shot blocked. However, she does earn a foul. Foul is going to be on number 35, Grace James. Allison Jessup will step to the line. She misses the first. Substitutions now.
Whitefish Bay with Allie Andriacci. Dora Stasiak, Elise Whitmoyer as well, along with
Callie Murphy will check out of the ball game. Block will check in. Block, Murphy, Driscoll, Belchner, all on the field. Jessup will check out of the ball game now in favor of Kennedy Ross. 38-26 our score with 11:13 to play. Cedarburg has possession. Belchner gets the inbound pass, finds Kendra Murphy. Now she'll find Kennedy Ross, who drives the right side. Goes for the layup, off the rim, no good. Ross was looking to hit pay dirt, just couldn't find the rim. Whitefish Bay needs points, and they need them now. Shot up and foul call. Looks like Block is going to be the guilty party. She can't believe the call. So going to the line for Whitefish Bay will be Ellie Clements. First foul on Shannon Block. And it is good by Whitefish Bay. 38-27 our score. Clements, not as much of a factor tonight. Usually averaging 17 points a game. Very quiet so far this evening. She misses the second. Kendra Murphy showcasing some slick ball handling skills. Now she goes to the near left side to Driscoll. Belschner gets it. Up to Ross. Ross at the free throw line. Comes left side, finds Belschner. Now to Kendra. Murphy, right side of the free throw line. Finds Driscoll. Block, shot off the rim, no good. That would have been a 2-point basket had it gone in. 10:20 to play in the ballgame. Cedarburg leads 38-27. Reminder, vote for the player of the game using the hashtag PrideCHS. Shannon Block has turned in a good performance tonight, and another foul called. Speaking of Shannon Block.
Cedarburg foul number 44, Abby Belschner.
Oh, pardon me. Abby Belschner is going to be the guilty party.
And the 15th foul. Free throw line for Whitefish Bay.
So Whitefish Bay will send Elise Whitmoyer, to the line. She makes the first. 38-28. Substitution now.
Cedarburg lineup. Morgan
Wallace and Callie Murphy will check into the ballgame. They will replace Belschner and Kendra Murphy. 10-point lead, 10-10 to go. It's a lot of 10s. Second free throw for Whitmoyer is no good. Flying up the court is Callie Murphy after the missed basket. She tries to find Driscoll, who has her shot blocked away and out of bounds, but the Blue Dukes will hold on to possession. Substitution now for the Bulldogs. Sarah Pesca will check into the ballgame. Her first time this evening. She'll replace Lauren Driscoll. See what Pesca can bring to the ballgame now. Pesca, a junior 5'4" guard. 3-point attempt from Ross is no good. Second effort, block. She goes up for a shot. Has it knocked away. Oh, rather, pardon me. Whitefish Bay with the shots. Pardon me, goodness. 38-30. 3-point attempt. That time from Ross is no good. Rebound made by the Bulldogs. Wallace gets it back. Finds Ross. She'll dial another one up from distance. That one is no good as well. Bulldogs again getting possession as Block gets the ball and slams it out of bounds off the foot of Elise Whitmoyer. Bulldogs will hold on to possession. They lead by 8 with 9:16 left in the game.
Brower and Jean go back in for Whitefish Bay.
Inbound pass coming for the Bulldogs. They look to extend their 8-point lead back to double digits. Wallace has the pass, finds Pesca. Callie Murphy fakes the shot. Fish Bay. Ball stripped away. And a foul called on the Bulldogs. It's going to be against Callie Murphy.
52, Callie Murphy. Her first and 16th foul.
First foul for Murphy. Whitefish Bay, they trail by 7. They've got 8 minutes and 2 seconds to regain the lead. However, Cedarburg has been pretty darn good. There was a 23-21 game at the half with Cedarburg leading. 3-point attempt from the far corner. No good for Whitefish Bay. And then the ball knocked out of bounds. That was a shot from Mia Brower in the corner. She couldn't convert. Cedarburg will hold on to possession. Ross to Wallace on the inbound pass. Whitefish Bay having 4 at the half-court line, trying to get that ball back. They know they need the points. Here's a good pass. Block in between two players. Misses her first shot. Misses her second shot. Then play comes to a stop. Block had 2 opportunities for layups. Good defense, though, played by Mia Brower and Grace James. Equal size to Shannon Block in the paint. 7:32 to play. Still 7-point lead for the Bulldogs. Pressure being applied by the Cedarburg defense. Grace James with it on the far side of the court. She finds Allie Menard going from left to right. Ball on the court. Jump ball called. Possession arrow in favor of Whitefish Bay. Blue Dukes will get the inbound pass on the far side of the court inside Cedarburg territory. Sam Loida will get the inbound pass. She'll get it at the top of the key. Going for a pass underneath, ball intercepted. Callie Murphy right there. Good play from her. She runs up down the far side of the court. Finds Ross. Ross goes for the layup. Too hard. Misses it. No good. And a foul is called. Ross will head to the line. 35, Grace James.
Foul number 35, Grace James, her third.
That's her third foul of the evening. So Ross will head to the line to shoot 2 free throws. She makes the first. Substitutions now for the Bulldogs. Shannon Block will check out, and Sarah Pesco will check out as well. Belschner and Jessup will sub back in. 41-33 our score. Ross's second free throw is no good. Blue Dukes get the rebound. They work their way back up the court, going left to right. Heavy pressure being applied on Ellie Clements. Wayward pass, can't find Allie Menard. It's out of bounds. Bulldogs apparently got a hand to it. Whitefish Bay will hold on to possession. Hard to see from this angle, but apparently that skipped off a Bulldogs player. Menard gets the inbound pass in front of the scorer's table. They go from left to right. Right at the top of the key. Ball threaded underneath, goes to Mia Brower, and a foul called.
Bulldog foul number 14.
That's going to go against
her fourth.
Morgan Wallace. My goodness. Her fourth foul on the evening. So Mia Brower will step to the line to take a free throw. Wallace, 4 fouls on the evening. You sure would hate to foul out in your first home game of the season. We'll see what Coach Ross decides to do. Free throw is no good. 41-33 our score. Kendra Murphy looking to check back into the game shortly. Bulldogs on the offensive side of the ball, going right to left. Kennedy Ross dribbles left side of the lane. Belschner gets the ball, quick check out, now to Jessup, far side. Back to Wallace. Good passing by the Bulldogs as they continue to take the ball, find the space, and continue to move it. Jessup currently with the ball. Far side of the court now to Wallace. Going even farther in front of the student section is Murphy. Ball played back underneath. Callie Murphy tried to back her way and had the ball tipped away, and a foul is called on Whitefish Bay. It'll be against number 35, Grace James. That's her fourth foul. Morgan Wallace is going to have a seat. Kendra Murphy is going to sub in. 41-33 our score. 6:04 to play in the ballgame. Good little inbound pass finds Callie Murphy right off the bat. And she scores to make it a 10-point game again. 43-33 our score. Just under 6 minutes to play. Murphy's been great. She's got 12 so far tonight. Ball stolen away after a bad pass from Mia Brower. Here come the Bulldogs. Ross, right at the top of the key, hands off to Callie Murphy. She'll swing it to her sister Kendra on the far side of the court. Now to Jessup. Ball slips through the hands of Kendra Murphy. And it will be Whitefish Bay's ball. Quick check in on the score. Shannon Block leads with 14. Callie Murphy with 12. Kennedy Ross with 6. Morgan Wallace with 5. Those are your top scorers for the Bulldogs. Whitefish Bay has come close in this match, but hasn't done enough to really threaten Cedarburg. It was a 2-point game at halftime. It's currently a 10-point game. Cedarburg is led by as many as 12. Grace James trying to drive the lane. She can't. She misses a shot, and the ball goes out of bounds. Whitefish Bay will hold on to possession. Whitefish Bay has been under the basket a lot tonight, and have they even been able to convert half the chances they've missed tonight, they would be leading this match significantly. Sometimes that's just the way the basketball falls at times. Ball stolen away briefly. Gets it back, though, for Whitefish Bay. Kendra Murphy thought she had an opportunity. Resetting the offense now is Andriachi. Now Mia Brower fighting the left side of the three-point arc. Now Andriachi. She'll go. Finds Allie Menard. She takes the layup. She misses. Rebound made. Now the Bulldogs come back up the court. Murphy, nice little play. Belschner, layup and good! Abby Belschner, a right to the left to the in. Good play from her. 45-33, 4:30 to play in the ballgame. Timeout called on the court. We'll step aside as well. 45-33. Cedarburg leads with 4:30 to go. Don't go anywhere. Back here at Cedarburg High School, 45-33 our score in favor of your Bulldogs with 4:30 to play in the game. Double-digit performers tonight for two of the Bulldogs, Callie Murphy and Shannon Block leading these scores with 12 and 14 points respectively. Shannon leading, currently not in the game, but she has played well when she's been on the court tonight. Whitefish Bay will get the ball after the timeout. Ball being pushed around right now for the Blue Dukes. A bad pass under the basket, though, leading to an opportunity for the Bulldogs. Shot coming, no good from Kendra Murphy. Ross gets the rebound, however. Bulldogs offense looking to put this game away with another couple of baskets. Maybe a three-pointer. That's always a good way to put the old dagger in the opponent. Kendra Murphy backs up to the mid-court line. Now finds Kennedy Ross. She finds Belschner. Belschner looks, drives the lane. Ball stripped away, but a foul called from, looks to be Sam Loida. So Belschner will trot to the line to take a shot, or two. First foul for Sam Loida. Abby Belschner will trot to the line to add to her point total on the evening. She misses the first. Substitutions now. Morgan Wallace, even with her 4 fouls, will check into the ballgame. She'll replace Kendra Murphy. Belschner looking to go 1 for 2 at the line if she can on this trip. And she does. And Belschner will check out of the ballgame. Shannon Block will come in to add to her point total. 46-33 our score, 3:36 to play in the ballgame. Cedarburg looking to go 1-0 in conference play. Whitefish Bay looking to go 2-0. Little layup underneath the basket from Clements is no good. Rebound made by Callie Murphy. She's been all over the place when it comes to offensive or defensive rebounds tonight, rather. Ball punched out of the hands of Morgan Wallace will go out of bounds. Bulldogs will hold on to possession in a timeout on the floor. A full timeout will step aside as well. Your Bulldogs lead 46-33. Stay with us. It's Cedarburg Bulldogs Athletics live right here on Spreaker.com. Welcome back to Cedarburg High School. 46-33 our score in favor of your Bulldogs. I'm Baxter Colburn. Welcome back inside the broadcast booth. 3-17 standing between the Bulldogs and their first win of 2016, but also the first win in conference as well. They are opening their conference play this evening and would love to get their campaign in the North Shore Conference, a very difficult campaign that features teams such as Germantown and Port Washington, Grafton, Homestead, etc. Wallace will drive down the court now. She will lay it up and get the basket. And a foul will be called. It's going to go against Allie Menard, her second foul. Wallace will step to the line to try to complete the three-point play. And she does. (49-33) our score, 3:04 to play in the game. Allie Menard for the Blue Dukes. She's been a very active player tonight, but hasn't been able to convert on a lot of her opportunities. Speaking of Menard, she takes a shot, and it goes off the backboard, no good. Rebound made by Shannon Block. Here come the Bulldogs quickly up the floor. Callie Murphy driving off the right side. Now she'll step back, going from right to left. Now Jessup, left corner. Now Ross, right next to her. Finds Block. Block backs her way in. Layup good. Shannon Block makes it 51-33. She's having herself a ball game tonight. Back up the court now is Josie Helf. Helf. Pass off to Ellie Clements, and she knocks the basket in. 51-35. Lauren Driscoll looking to check into the ball game on the next dead ball. Block, backs her way in, has her shot blocked away. A block on block, doesn't happen very often. Driving the lane is Clements, and a foul called against Clements. Morgan Wallace, getting her feet taken out from her.
Offensive foul number 24, Ellie Clements, her second.
Cedarburg will get the possession.
18-5. Back to the
Lauren Driscoll will check into the ball game. She will replace Shannon Block.
Back to the game for Whitefish Bay, number 10, Deanna Miller.
Deanna Miller will check into the ball game as well for Whitefish Bay. She's appeared now her second time. We saw her at the beginning of the second half. Good little spot play here and there. Counterattack now quickly for the Bulldogs. Kennedy Ross off to the races, goes for the layup, misses the shot, but a foul is called. So she will head to the line to take two shots. 1:55 left to go in the ball game.
Foul against number 24, Ellie Clements, her third.
Clements
To line,
getting the
Kennedy
foul.
Ross.
Her third foul on the evening. Reminder, fans, don't forget to vote for your player of the game. Use the hashtag PrideCHS on Twitter, or use @BaxterColburn to cast your vote. Shannon Block certainly looking to get my vote. We'll see officially here in another minute and 50 seconds. Shot by Ross is no good from the free throw line. Layup is good on the other side by Whitefish Bay. Allie Menard there for the basket. 51-37 full court press being applied by Whitefish Bay. Driscoll gets the inbound pass and immediately is called for a jump ball. Possession arrow favoring the Bulldogs. Morgan Wallace will do the inbound pass deep inside her own territory for the Bulldogs. Wallace finds Ross. Ross, foul called, and it will go against the Blue Dukes. Sam Loida will be the guilty party.
Whitefish Bay foul against number 13, Sam Loida, her first.
So Kennedy Ross will trot to the line to take two shots. Ross on the evening, 1-for-3 from the free throw line. Let's see what she can do in this trip. Ross, first shot is good. 52-37 our score in favor of Cedarburg. Minute 33 to play. Ross looking to extend the lead and her point total on the evening as well. And she does. Ross, 8 points on the night, 3 for 5 from the free throw line. Shot back down the other way for the Blue Dukes is no good. And a foul called underneath the basket. That shot coming originally from Ellie Clements. Substitutions now.
Into the Cedarburg lineup, number 12, Bridget Murphy.
Bridget Murphy's going to check into the ballgame. She'll replace Morgan Wallace. Allison Jessup will check out, and Sarah Pesca will check into the ballgame as well. So Bridget Murphy, the third of the Murphy sisters, getting some action on the floor. She's joined by one of her sisters, Callie. Murphy playing some good defense there as Deanna Miller underneath and gets called for a travel. Minute 16 to go. Whitefish Bay not really able to make anything happen. Pesca will do the inbound pass for the Bulldogs. Finds Callie Murphy. Back to Pesca. Pesca across the half-court line. Plenty of time. Now goes to Callie Murphy, far side of the court. Back to Pesca, back to Ross. Swinging over to Bridget Murphy. Back to Kennedy. Lauren Driscoll, far side of the court. 55 seconds to play. Cedarburg 53, Whitefish Bay 37. Ball quickly stolen away. Back up the court. Lauren Benke back over to Sam Lloyd as she can't get her shot off. And a foul is called. It'll go out of bounds. Checking in now for the Bulldogs will be Quinn Prom. Kennedy Ross's night is officially over.
And for the Bulldogs, number 50, Quinn Prom.
And another substitution. Kendra Murphy will replace her sister, Callie Murphy. 48 seconds left to play. Pesca, inbound pass, has it knocked out of bounds by Deanna Miller. Bulldogs will hold on to possession. They lead 53-37. A 1-0 start to conference is exactly what Coach Dave Ross and company had hoped for, and it looks like they're going to get that here this evening. Foul called on Whitefish Bay as Pesca took a hand to the face. It's going to be called on number 13, Sam Loida. That's her third foul. Correction, her second foul in the evening. Pesca will step to the line. Looking to get her first points tonight, and she does. 54-37. Always good to get that first basket in, really calms the nerves. Pesca misses the second. 1 for 2 on the evening for her. 1 point. Whitefish Bay, they need baskets, and they need it now. Josie Helf quickly up the court. Deanna Miller. 3-point attempt coming from the corner is no good. Looks like Lauren Benke was there. Double dribble against the Bulldogs, though. Oh, my goodness. Looked like Sarah Pesca was going to be able to have a breakaway, but she double dribbled. And the Blue Dukes will get possession back with 30 seconds to go. Helf underneath the basket. Quick inbound pass. Finds Benke. Over to Menard. Back to Benke. To Miller. Miller has it stripped away. 18 seconds to play. Cedarburg on the ball. Pesca across the half-court line. Finds Kendra Murphy on the far side of the court. 10 seconds to play. Murphy driving the basket. Backs her way in. Looks to get a pass off. Has it stripped away. Now Whitefish Bay back up the court. 3 seconds to play. Driving all the way up is Allie Menard. And she's called for traveling with a second left to play in the ballgame. 54-37 looks to be how it's going to end up tonight. Final inbound pass. It goes into Kendra Murphy, and that is the game. Your final score tonight, your Bulldogs 54 and Whitefish Bay 37. A fantastic game across all the courts for the Bulldogs. They dominated from the beginning, never trailing once. And they earned a victory this evening. We will step aside and come back and give you all the final stats. You're listening to Cedarburg Bulldog Athletics live on Spreaker.com. Welcome back to Cedarburg High School. 54-37 your final score this evening as your Bulldogs defend the home court tonight against the visiting Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes. A great performance. The Bulldogs led the entire game and didn't look back thanks to some excellent shooting from Shannon Block, Kennedy Ross, Morgan Wallace, and Callie Murphy this evening. A great game overall. The Bulldogs with the win go to 1-0 overall in conference play, 1-2 overall on the season. But a good overall performance from them. They needed a win tonight, and they got it. Now a chance to look at the leaders this evening. Shannon Block led all Bulldog scorers with 16 total points, 7 of 17 from the field goal, 1 from 3 from three-point range, and 1 for 2 at the free throw line this evening. Only one personal foul for her, so a good performance from her across the board. Callie Murphy, 12 points for her, 5 of 12 shooting tonight, 2 for 2 from the free throw line, and only 1 foul to her name. Kennedy Ross, she had 8 total points tonight. She took 14 shots from the field, 8 three-point attempts. She converted on 1 of those. She went 3 for 5 from the three-point arc. Morgan Wallace, she had 8 points tonight as well, 3 of 8 of shooting, 1 of 3 from three-point range, 1 of 1 at the free throw line, 4 fouls for Wallace. Abby Belschner, she had 5 points this evening. She scored 2 for 4 from the field, 1 for 3 from the free throw line. She committed 2 fouls. Allison Jessup, 1 for 2 shooting this evening, 0 of 1 at the free throw line. 2 points total for her. And Kendra Murphy, she added 2 points this evening, 1 of 6 of shooting, 0 for 3 from three-point range, 1 foul. And Sarah Pesca rounds out the shooting, going 1 for 2 at the free throw line, and 1 total point on the evening. Not a bad showing overall when you really break it down and look at how this game went for the Bulldogs. You talk about players that needed to show up tonight. We asked the question to start the broadcast, who would replace Allie Barber? Would we have the opportunity to see a Shannon Block? Would we have the opportunity to see other players step up and really make a high-profile play tonight? We knew Kennedy Ross was capable of scoring big points. We knew that Callie Murphy was an electrifying player as well. We got to see all of that tonight. One thing that does bother me, of course, that we saw towards the majority of the season last year was the inconsistency, though, from three-point range for the Bulldogs, especially from Kennedy Ross. She had opportunities, a lot of open looks tonight that she could have put the ball through the hoop, but was not able to due to missed timing, bad form, etc. But she still is a catalyst for this team. She's a senior. She is a leader. She is going to be able to lead Cedarburg the entire season. A lot of the offense at the end of the day is going to flow through Callie Murphy, through Morgan Wallace. Wallace tonight doing her very best. She did commit those 4 fouls, which of course was a little cause for concern, but a good overall performance for Cedarburg. So once again, your final score tonight, Cedarburg 54 and the Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes 37. We talked about it all throughout the broadcast, giving you, the fans, the opportunity to vote for your player of the game. Votes are being tallied as we speak, so we'll have those for you here in just a moment to let you know who your player of the game will be this evening. And the votes are now currently in, it looks like. So without further ado, it looks like Shannon Block is your player of the game this evening. As we mentioned, her playing a very exceptional game from start to finish, and she was able to go through and score a total of 16 total points tonight, 7 of 17 shooting, 1 of 3 from three-point range, and 1 for 2 at the free throw line. So a good performance overall, and with that, as we mentioned, Cedarburg, they move to 1-2 on the season, 1-0 in conference play. A very special thanks to you for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. There's going to be a lot more of these live here on Spreaker.com. Just go to Spreaker.com and search for Cedarburg Bulldogs. Coming up tonight, you will also find some interviews posted with Shannon Block, the player of the game, and one of the coaches as well. Might be Coach Ross, might be Coach Moore. We'll have their final thoughts. They'll be posted if you go to Spreaker.com and search for the Bulldogs Report. You can also find all of those on the Cedarburg Athletics website as well. I'm Baxter Colburn. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, we'll talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in to Bulldog Athletics.